Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Friday the 28th of February 2025. How are you doing today? I hope it's good. I hope you are feeling fine, in fine fettle, and ready for a game of Sudoku, which will be the New York Times hard level puzzle in a moment. What news do we have today? Someone who's not feeling fine is Boris Spassky. He has died aged 88. World Chess Championship and phenomenon, and very famous because he represented the Soviet Union. Basically, there was, I mean, that's certainly how the media portrayed it. Anyway, there was a chess game in 1972, Bobby Fischer versus Boris Spassky, and it was America versus communism, basically, as they portrayed it in the media. Rather unfortunate because it was a game of chess. But, you know, that's how they like to make it more exciting, of course. And do I remember it? Vaguely. I kind of vaguely do. It's such a long time ago. I had just, I think, if I'm right, I had basically just stopped playing chess. I used to play chess in primary school. And in 72, I think that's the year that I moved to secondary school. And I didn't continue playing chess. I was pretty good at it. Not the world's champion for sure. I always played at number 2 for the school team, and the guy who was number 1 always beat me, so I was never going to be the world's champion or anything like that. I did enjoy the game though, and I stopped playing it then, and I don't think I've played the game since. I don't think I've played the game since I went to secondary school. I just lost all interest for it. A bit like football. Later in life, I lost all interest for football. Never interested me at all once I stopped being interested in it, even slightly. Anyway, so rest in peace, Boris Spassky. And later on, he kind of was a promoter of religion, rather, of Russian Orthodoxy and stuff like that. Anyway, there's that. The Guardian has a story today about how a couple of, well, it's a bit larger than that, but how a couple of mothers changed their stance on vax, from turning from anti-vaxxers to going back to having a sane and rational view and understanding that they should have their children vaccinated. This is a kind of global problem now because of the disinformation on the internet and the misunderstanding. But it was quite interesting to read their stories about how they got into becoming anti-vaxxers in the first place. And this is basically either from friends or usually from a person spewing rubbish, and then them going online, and you know, they have this stupid phrase that they have, do the research, which is nonsense. They don't do any research. They read Google pages, they read rubbish on the internet, and they think that that's research. It's always hilarious. But anyway, but you know, the reasons why they got out of it, which is kind of even just as important, let's say, is because the people whose views that they were following, the people who recommended it, tended to go further and further down the QAnon rabbit hole and become more insane than ever. I mean, for example, one person was recommended by a nurse. I think all nurses should be fired. A nurse who starts talking disinformation about vaccines should lose their job, I'm afraid. They're not qualified to be nurses. If they do it in that, you know, ridiculous way that that anti-vaxxers do, spouting rubbish. Anyway, and as she saw, so she kind of, you know, she took her word because she was a nurse. She thought, well, she has more knowledge than me. But then she watched the nurse start to go further and further down the QAnon rabbit hole and turn out to be a flat earther. So she now thinks that the earth is flat. And this woman, that was too far for her to go, and that made her question things. So sometimes we need to see these people need to see just how insane these other people are before they start to question why they are listening to these people, you know. So that's an unfortunate thing that it has to go that far. But at least, you know, she's out of it now. She's not following that kind of insane behavior anymore, and has had her children vaccinated. And there's a couple of stories, similar stories. You can check them out in The Guardian. Shall we get on with our game of Sudoku then? We're going to start with 9 blocking up here, down here, and across there. So there's our first digit, 9 in that square there. Okay, my eyes are whizzing around the grid here. You can't see that, but that's what's happening right now. Revolving eyes, like Marty Feldman or something. No. And getting nowhere. So let's pause that for a moment and let's see what else we can spot by going through the digits slightly more carefully. Okay. Come on, help me out with some easy ones, please. Okay. I've got something. 3, 5, and 8 block this square here. That's going to put 3, 5, and 8 up there, and leave me here with a 2. Now what? Okay, so 5 is in one of those squares there, blocking across there, 5 across there, and 5 down there. That puts 5 into that square. And stuck again. Okay, I got something. I believe we've got 3 in one of those squares here. So 3 and 4 block that. Oh no, I'm wrong. I say 3 and 4 block this square. I thought I had 3 and 4 up here, but I don't, do I? I've only got the 4. I was about to say 2 squares left. Doesn't work though. Forget that. That's not true. Don't know where I got to. We might have something here. 9 blocking across here and down here puts 9 into one of those squares, blocking across. Oh no, we don't. It's there and there. I thought we had these in the same at the same level. We don't. We have 9 there. We have 9 there. Ah, no. Okay, we've got 9 across here. That puts 9 into one of those squares and then blocking up there. So we can at least get 9 there. 9 down here, and across there. That still doesn't help in the middle. I think this is looking like a pencil marker to me. Right, I can't see the way forward, so I shall play the game with pencil marks to finish off. So let's see, we've got ones in those squares there. We've got a pair of ones down here as well. Do we know more? Not sure. How about the deuces? There are twos in those three squares there. Twos in those, in that straight line there. That's about it. Threes then are somewhere over here, and in those squares there, and a pair there. Okay, fours then in those squares, and have we got a pair of fours down there, and also the fours like this, blocking like this, so we get fours there and fours down there, which I saw right from the beginning. We had right, that's been there since the beginning. Fives are somewhere there. Oh hello, the mouse is doing weird things again. The mouse has gone into slow motion mode. I need to take the batteries out and put them back in again. Fives are down here. Fives are somewhere down there. How are we doing on sixes? Pair of sixes up there. Six in these squares. What do we know about sevens? They must be in one of those squares there. We have a pair of sevens down here. And for the eights, they are there and here. Okay, and nine, pair of nines in those squares and these squares and straight across there. Right, I think that's it. That's about all I can see anyway. And so let's put in the other digits. Let's start here and maybe come down here because we've got quite a bit filled in here already. What do we know about threes? 3 blocks up there, so we get threes possible in those squares there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks across there and up there, so those are possible locations for 7. And 8, do we know anything about 8? No, I think we don't know anything about 8. That goes there. I was thinking that I might get a single up here. I just missed something, but I guess it's not to be. Okay, this block is done. Let's see about this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we know about the 5s? Not much. What do we know about 6s? They block down there. And 8 blocks this square here. So quite a lot of candidates in there, I must admit. But I don't see any patterns that I can use. I think we'll go across the middle here. Why not? We got one like this. So ones could go in those squares. 3 blocking there. 6 like this. 7s are in, 8s are in, and 9s are in. Okay, and so over here then 1 blocks like this. 7 blocks across there. And I think we're all done. No patterns have emerged for me to see yet. Let's continue up the top then. So what do we know about the 2s here? Nothing. What do we know about 3 blocks this way? It's gonna. I must admit, I didn't realize it was going to be quite so many candidates. I mean, there's not much I can do since I can't see how to go forward anyway. But I didn't think it would be quite as many as this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 blocking up there. All right, and let's come over here. 1 blocks across here, so there's 1. Is there another digit over here? 4, 1, 4, 6, 5, 9. No, these are all here. As I did see that, I did look there before, I must admit. I looked for a triple, couldn't find one. All right, 2 blocks up here then, so 2 in those squares. Do we know anything about 3? I would say not. 7. And 8. Oh, it's a tough game. It's going to be difficult to find any hidden pairs when there are quite a lot of candidates like that, but maybe we'll get lucky. Let's finish the bottom section. We've got 2 blocking across here like this. 5 is done. 6. What do we know about 6? 6 blocks down here. 9. Done. Okay. All right, last block. We're looking for you. Come on, help us out, man. 1 there. 2 blocking like this. 6 blocking down here. 7 across there. We definitely didn't get any singles. 8 blocking like this. Yeah, a lot of candidates. It's going to be tough to find something there, but something must be there. Normal service will be resumed at some point. Is that a pair of 4 and 5 here? Is that hidden pair 4 and 5? It is, isn't it? 4, 5. That's the only 4 or 5 in the bottom row. No 4s, no 5s there or there. Okay, so that's 4, 5 pairs. So I can get rid of the 7 in that square. And here I can get rid of the 1 and the 7. And now we've got 4, 5. So what are we left with in this bottom row? 1, 6, 9, 6, 9, 1, 6, 7. 4, 5, 8. I think this is the only 7 in this block now, isn't it? Okay, that's good. That's the only possible 7 now, so we can get rid of the 7s over here, and that will leave me with a 5 in this square. And back over here for the 2. And then 6 in that square there. There's a lot of stuff to remove now. Lots of removals to be had. Let's do a bit of removals first before we go any further, just to tidy up a little bit. Get rid of the 6 there, get rid of the 2 there, get rid of the 2 there, get rid of the 5 there. And this is in fact a 1, and this is 5 in that square. Get rid of the 5s over there, place a 5 in that square. This has to be a 4. That has to be a 4. Get rid of the 1s there. We're left with 6 and 7, so get rid of the, so that's got to be an 8 then. So get rid of the 1, no, get rid of the 6 and the 8 in those squares there at least. Get rid of that 4 and 5. And we're left with 1, 2, 3 over here. Right, we've got 6 there, so that's got to be an 8. And that's a 6. And that's a 6. And get rid of the 6 there. Right, okay, it's like I said, there's probably a lot more cleaning up to be done. 6 disappears there. Right, let's start on the digits then and see what else we've got. We've got 1 in that square for sure. And now there's only 1 digit missing in this column, which is 5. So let's put that in and we'll get rid of the candidate 5s there. And we've got 5 blocking up here, so we'll know that that's also a 5. And we get rid of the 5s, and 5 is our first completed digit. Right, what else? Let's start again. 1s. We've got 1s to get rid of there. We've got, oh, the mouse is doing weird things. 1s to get rid of there, and that will be a 1. And 1s to get rid of here, and we're giving me a 1 in that square. 3 there. 3 down there. 2 in that square. 1 in this square. 1 there, and remove the 1, so 1 and 5 are finished. How are we doing with 2s? We've got a couple of 2s to get rid of up there. We've got all of these 2s to get rid of. And that's looking okay. 3s then, this can't be a 3, it must be a 9. Let's put the 9 there. Let's put a 9 in that square, and also let's get rid of the 9 because 9s are now finished. Let's try again. 2s. Any update? Not sure. 3. That can't be a 3. Let's get rid of it. These can't be 3s. Let's get rid of them. That can't be a 3. It must in fact be a 7. So that's an 8 in that square there. And this is not 7 or 8. It must be a 4. So that's a 4 over there. And this is not a 4. This is the only 4 in this column. Let's put it in. And we've got 8 in this column already, so that must be a 2. So that's 2 up there. That's 2 over there. And we'll get rid of a lot of digit 2s, shall we? And this here we'll place a 3. 3 there, 8 there. 3, 8 we have already. This must be a 7. And the last number up there is 3. 3, 8. 8 in that square there, and this is not 8. Right, almost done. Yeah, from a complete mess to something much more solvable. What are we looking for in here? 2, 3, 6. Well, okay, we've got 2. That's the only possible 2 in that block. That's our 2. We've got a 3 up here, so that has to be a 6. So that's our 7. That's our 6 up there. 7 in that square, 6 in that square there. 3 goes here. So maybe I missed something very simple, I don't know, but anyway, that's how I solved the game. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later in the day when I come back from going out. Bye bye.